Hi, fourth graders. Today I'm going to explain the two sheets that need to be completed in your Shiloh binder. The first one's titled My Life, Making Connections, and the second one is called Character Comparison. We have been learning about characterization in reading literary novels. We know that an author wants to have us relate and understand how a character acts in order to be able to put certain character traits to that person. For example, when I explained Charlotte, right, in Charlotte's Web, I gave you very specific text evidence to say that Charlotte was caring, right? She cared for Wilbur. She was hardworking when she spun the webs. She was giving. She gave her life, right? At the very end, she went to the fair and helped Wilbur. All those things are character traits. And when we talk about character traits, we must talk about how we understand what the character is like from the novel. So there's two different ways, if you remember. There is direct characterization. That's where the author comes right out and says, Charlotte is a gray spider. Okay, so we know Charlotte is a gray spider. Okay, it might say that Marty in our book might say Marty is a school-aged child. We know then that he is a school-aged child. We didn't have to figure that out. The book just tells us that. So that's direct characterization. But most of our characterization comes from indirect characterization. Okay? The author doesn't come right out and tell us what they're like. We have to determine that from our Steele method. If you remember our Steele method, we have to look at the character's speech. What do they say? We have to look at the character's thoughts. How are they thinking? We have to look at how they engage with others. In other words, what are their relationships like? We have to look at their actions. What do they actually do? And then, to the best of our ability, if we're told, okay, we can think of their looks, but we may have to formulate this in our mind, but their looks. All these things together help us to single out different character traits through indirect characterization. So using that method, you have to use that method. The first thing I'd like for you to do is to compare two different characters in the Shiloh novel. So you're going to list the character's name here and list another character's name here. And then you're going to look at those two characters and you're going to tell me how they are similar. Now, it might be as simple as they're both boys or they're both men. That's a similarity, okay? But I want you to be a little more in depth. So I want you to start thinking about character traits. Are they kind? Are they mean? Are they giving? Are they selfish? All those are character traits. Okay? Are they ambitious? Are they hardworking? Are they obedient? Do you hear all those character traits? Okay? I want you to be thinking about how are these two characters similar. And then at the bottom, you're going to think about how they're different. How are those characters different? Okay, again, it might be if you chose a man and a woman, one might be a man, one might be a woman. Okay, that is a difference, but I want you again to go a little bit deeper. And again, think of those character traits: obedience, kindness, selfishness, selflessness, giving, caring, okay? And are they different? So you're going to compare two different characters. The most important thing about this sheet is that you make sure that you put the character's name on the top here and that it continues down to this section right here. Okay, so this one's going to continue down to here. So that's that sheet, comparing two characters. Now, you're going to then compare a character to yourself. Okay, so think about a character in the book, and I want you to think to yourself, how am I like that character? So you're going to put similarities in these boxes. Then I want you to think about, how am I different from that character? From what I have read in the book, how would I say how I act, how I look, how I engage with others, how I think and how I talk? How am I different from that person? And that is your assignment for these 2 sheets. Have fun thinking about how you are similar or different to a character in the book, and have fun comparing to other characters. Bye-bye.